Hey friends, let's go ahead and get started on a new fun project. More Dollar Tree goodies. All the items you see here I did get from the dollar store, and lots of colors that we're going to be able to use from our Chalk Couture line. First one we're going to use is our bright white to go on our home. Making sure that we get it nice and stirred up so it's at the consistency that we need for full coverage on our item. So we're going to go ahead and just color in the home. And because we're going to go over this with a second coat, especially with the white, you want to make sure that you give it as many coats as needed for full coverage, and so it really stands out with that bright white. Making sure we get all the front of it, the sides. And again, if you don't get in all the little nooks and crannies right now, that's okay, because we're going to go over it again. Polish it up some and make it really stand out. Finishing up the ends here. And there we go. Put that aside so it dries. Clean up our paintbrush. The next color that we're choosing to use is going to be between these two greens, pesto green and then also our shimmer spruce. Shimmer spruce is a winter color, so this is not being sold anymore, but you can always get our meadow that we have and our shimmer frost and add the two together and still give it that great effect. What I like about our shimmer paste is it gives wood pieces, when you paint it straight on like this, a little bit of texture. And so this is supposed to look like grass. Figured this would be absolutely perfect to give it the texture that we're looking for. We might not need to go back and give this another coat. You might just do some touch-ups later. So we're going to go ahead and get started on our bunny rabbits. First thing that we're going to want to do on these guys is go ahead and take off the bunny tails. They come off pretty easy, and just put them aside, and we're going to glue them back on later after we get these painted and dried. We do have two new colors. This first one is our Shimmer Flamingo. Isn't that beautiful? Second color here is our Shimmer Violet, another new one that we have coming out. Just love, love, love the shimmer colors that we have. We also have this amazing blue. It's one of my favorites. It doesn't sell out. It's actually not being sold anymore, but it's our Colonial Blue. And then we're going to add in beautiful Bumblebee Yellow as well. Making sure that all of our paste is nice and stirred up so it has that dreamy, creamy consistency. Now when you go through and you paint on wood, really on any surface, you want to make sure that you finish off, once you get it all done, all the nooks and crannies, and you finish off the brush, everything going in one direction. Leaves flawless coverage on the surfaces that you're using. I'm going to go ahead and do our next bunny rabbit with the Shimmer Flamingo. I'll add in all the colors at the bottom in comments so you guys know what colors we used. And see that texture and that sparkle it gives it? Oh, I love the shimmer paste. Alright, we're going to go ahead and get these ones put away. And we're going to go in with the Colonial Blue. The color combination that we chose totally reminds me of Peeps. Alright. Of course, I always miss the little spots where my fingers are holding it, so go back and touch that up. And we're going to do our last with the Shimmer Velvet. Love this light purple. Probably one of my new favorite colors. Alright. Now we're going to go ahead and pull out our Shimmer Frost. This one needs a little love. And what we're going to do is we want to make sure we get this one nice and worked in. And with our paste, anytime that you feel like it's a little too hard to work with, we're going to go ahead and add a little bit of water and stir it up and bring it back to life. Just make sure we get all those clumps, lumps, and get that water really, really, really blended in well and get it back to that dreamy, creamy look. All right, we're going to go ahead and take this Shimmer Frost, and we're going to add it to the home, and we're just going to go ahead and cover it and fill in any of those empty spots that we may have missed with the bright white. Make sure there's no extra clumps in the letters because that'll kind of look a little funny. But there you go. Gives it a great texture as well. Just finish off a couple little spots I might have missed. And ending it again with those upward strokes. Alright, now here comes the fun part. The base of it, I noticed, was still pretty wet, so we're going to go ahead and use our heating tool and go ahead and give it some help and dry it. This heating tool does have two settings, a faster, hotter setting, and then a slower, light, more warm setting to it. Just make sure that all of our little bunny rabbits are done. And this one's going to take just a bit longer, only because it's the last piece that we ended up painting. And now comes the fun part of assembling it. You're going to want to take your home. You can do this with a welcome. You can do it with family. There's a couple different variations of the words at the dollar store. So we're just going to kind of place everything on it. These little wood blocks are going to act as kind of holders, if you will, and prop up our bunny rabbits. I want to make sure that I give him each bunny rabbit plenty of space. And of course I found a spot that I didn't dry all the way. But we're going to go ahead and put the bases down. That's the word I was looking for. The bases down. That way they prop up our bunny rabbits. And then I forgot the most important part, the bunny tails. So I went ahead and dolloped some glue on there and put the bunny tail right back on it. Now the type of hot glue that I'm using is Gorilla Glue. And I find that this is a little bit more on the expensive side. However, it is so much easier to work with. It gives you about a 30-second time to work with the hot glue before it starts to really cool down. It also is long-lasting. So that way if you're making wreaths or something else, maybe something that's going to go outside, it definitely, little bit of glue goes a long way, and for the expense, I think it's well worth it. So I decided to add a little bit of something on it. I'm a huge sunflower fan, although I don't like the sunflower seeds. But I decided to go ahead and add this on to the O just to give it a little bit of something extra. I just love how that looks. And then touch up the front because I realized where I was probably holding it, I was missing some paste. So go ahead and get that nice and dried. And my friends, there you have it. We have a fantastic, beautiful little thing. Thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate you. Bye.